But fine. Thank you.
Oh, it's not anyone else.
No, so we are going to wait a little bit, okay? So if
Okay,
anybody comes and enjoy the meeting.
okay. We start early today.
Yeah, a little. Hi, Fabian, how are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, I think we can start because I don't think so that anybody else is going to join us, okay?
Okay,
Okay, you guys, today's topic it's about eating disorders. So, what do you think that this means? What it's eating disorders in your opinion?
mm, okay. I think that eating disorders can be, I don't know, a problem
Yes.
uh, where we think that the food affects our body. It's also a problem with unknown information about the food, and maybe think that the food affects our health. An example is when a person think that when you eat too much, you are getting fat, or you think that the food that you are eating it's not good for your health. An example in my experience I had years ago, and I think that when I eat, uh, I getting more fat. So maybe it's a problem. It's a mental problem also. I don't know. I think that it is.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Fabian?
Yeah, for me, the eating disorders is related with the bad habits of feeding. Uh, the feeding habits. When we have bad feeding habits, and people used to eat too much fat and uh, a lot of food with sugar instead of eating natural food. For example, like fruits or vegetables, and and also bad habits uh, are related with the with bad health, and also for the amount of food with the chunk food, no, or the fast food that that we can see that people used to eat that kind of food a lot because it's easy. It's not necessary to cook. You only need the money and to pay for that, and it's going to be ready very fast. So that is the bad habits that people are experiencing today. Teacher.
Okay, thank you. Do you think that this topic in these days it is very common or not?
Yes, teacher, of course. It's more common in women because we have the how do I say pensamiento,
Thought.
the thought that we have to be always skinny, thin, have good proportions. So we got like prejudice that when we eat too much, we can get fat and we see ugly because we have I like to be pretty in the way that we when we saw in the mirror we can look pretty with our bodies. So yes, it's very common in the young woman and even in the old people.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Fabian?
Teacher, can you repeat the question again, please?
Do you think that this topic on these days is really common or not?
Yes, it's very common. It's very common because we are we are living in a world we, where we have to make the things very fast, and we don't have enough time for making our own meals, and so we need to in our lunch hour we most people have to go to restaurants or fast food restaurants to have the meal of that hour, and also it is not only the problem of fat people, but it is also for the, yes, as Laura says, skinny people, because um, we are under different patterns of beauty, and there are a lot of women who wants to be in shape, but they think that the norm is to be very skinny, no? To have very thin body in order to to use different kind of clothes and to be fashion, and for men is is the obsession with the gym to to use different kind of products to increase the muscle, and also to use the illegal drugs like the steroids to reach their goals, no, in the gym, to look more, to look bigger, and to have the attention of women and also the other men. So yes, there is a common problem for our daily life now.
Okay, thank you. In women is they suffer with anorexia and bulimia. Do you know what are the difference between these two diseases?
I think that the anorexia is when the person is eating and is eating something, and then later is trying to vomit or to take off all the food through the vomit. And in bulimia, they are similar, no? Bulimia is when actually I don't know, maybe I'm confused, but I think that they are very similar, but I don't know exactly what is the difference between both of them.
And Laura?
Okay, there's a huge difference because anorexia it's when you try to eating and forcing yourself eating, and then you have the feeling that you have to vomit to feel good for yourself. And bulimia it's when you have bad habits of alimentation. I think that it is.
Yeah, yes. Yes, thank you, Laura. Uh,
Okay, sir.
what do you think that are the causes of these type of eating disorders? What are the causes that someone become anorexic or become bulimic or become really like fitness and try and want to have, especially men have bigger bodies with bigger muscles and those types? What are the causes of this type of eating disorders?
I think it's because we always want to impress the other people. We are very obsessed of the approval of the other people, and we want to look attractive and to feel superior with our physical appearance, and that is like just a competition because all the media is trying to push people in order to look like the people of the fashion, like the actors, like the models, the singers, and if we don't look like them, then we are not going to be accepted by the society. And also, if we want to be or to get a better job or better opportunities in our life, the appearance is the most important thing because I have seen different people. For example, the attractive people, most of them, they get their jobs because they have good looking, no, good appearance, and that is a good way to be success in this society. So that's the reason why the people is always obsessed with their appearance. No, it's something that is normal because we as human beings we want to be We want to success in all areas. So that's my opinion.
Okay, Fabian, thank you. Laura?
Yes, teacher, can you repeat please again the question? Sorry.
Don't worry. What do you think that are the causes or the reasons that these people or the people suffers about bulimic or becomes bulimic, anorexic, or very fat, or start to go to the gym every single day and start eating this type of drugs to get better, bigger muscles and all of that? What are the causes?
Okay. I think that we want to have a good opinion of the other person with our appearance, I think, because we are vain. Uh, that's the I think that that is the reason because we are very vain with ourselves. We want to that the people see the best of the ourselves. I think also can be because the people try to prejudice how we look. An example, how the partners say when we want to get maybe a job, always always it's always the people choose people who are good looking because if you are not good looking or if you are not maybe you are in the good shape or if you don't have a good skin or hair or a body perfect body, the people try to how to say God, mm, huge you because you don't have good for them. So I think that the causes because you want to be good for the others.
Okay, it's more like the appearance we try to show to the society.
Yes, that's it. Correct.
Yeah, and right now we watch in and we see in social media that everybody, I don't know, make a exercise routine and they upload on the YouTube or in their social medias, and everybody wants to have a try to have the body of that person, try to do all these things. They want to feel like better with themselves. So yeah.
Yes, it's true.
Uh, you guys, do you know anybody that suffered in the past any type of these eating disorders?
I I have known different partners, co-workers, women and men that they, for example, men they wanted to look bigger, so they began to sign into the gym and to start making a lot of exercise because they want to look more attractive to the women because people believe that women are not superficial, but women are very superficial. But you and all women, you don't used to admit that situation, but you look a lot of the beauty of the man, no? So my partner, one of them were using the steroids for a couple of months, and he was having a lot of problems in his behavior because he was becoming very aggressive and and he wanted to fight for everything, for because of his anger that he developed using these drugs. And for women, yes, in the university, in another university that I was studying, there were different girls that were obsessed with their appearance, and also they discriminate a lot the other girls that didn't have that kind of appearance or look, and they were making very strict diets in order to, yes, to look very thin. And there was a girl in a job that I had that she was using this kind of fat or product. I don't know what is the name, that gave her more volume in her boobs and in her butt. And she was in the clinic. She was assisting to the clinic uh, twice each 6 months in order to receive the treatment of that kind of operation in order to maintain that appearance. And after that, she was having a lot of problems in her health, because her body was not able to resist that kind of product. And then she was in a surgery in order to extract that liquid. And yes, she was very sick because she was obsessed on using that kind of product in order to look very hot, you know. And that is the um, these are the people that I saw that were very obsessed with their appearance. I was in that with that problem just for 1 year, because I was trying also. As my friend, I was trying to look better, and then I began with the gym and using different kind of products. But then I realized that I was getting a lot of fat in my body, muscles, but also fat, and my face began looking bigger, and with a lot of fat in my neck. So I decided to stop doing that, and I renounced to use these kind of products that are bad for our health. No, that because we are conditioned in this society to look better if we want to success. So that's my testimony.
And when you start going to the gym in those steps, Fabian, you do it because your friends convince you, or you look at him and you say, "Hey, what are you doing? Maybe I want to try that."
Yes, yes, it was because of that, because they began looking different and better, and then I just started asking them what were they doing in order to get that appearance, and they recommend me a lot of kind of products, like some kind of no, shakes, sorry, some kind of shakes
Huh?
and protein shakes. And then I wanted more results, and my friend recommended me to use a roid, an steroid, a cycle, and I used it just for a couple of months, 3 months, I think. But the results were good. But when I stopped injecting or using this product, I lost all the results or all the job that I made. So, and also that was very expensive. So I decided to stop using these products and continue making exercise, but without drugs or protein, only by natural. because of because it's better for my health and also for my pocket because that was very expensive for me.
Yeah, those that fitness life is very expensive.
Yes, too much, too much.
Okay, thank you, Fabian. Laura, besides you, do you ever know anybody else, or you can tell us about, if you want, of course, about your experience and how do you do that and how you truth and solve this problem.
Okay, I think I can talk about both, about a friend and about me. I
Excellent.
know a
Go ahead.
friend. I know a friend that in the school, it was in the school. Right now, she's not suffering about that, but in the high school, it was hard for her because she was a shy person. Uh, she always see the other persons how how they were. She always was how to say envidiosa.
I think it's invite, but I'm not sure. Oh, got
Well,
jealous.
okay, she was invited about the bodies of the others women because in high school there were a lot of beautiful girls with good bodies. So in the school, she was very self-conscious about something that she wants and why, because she doesn't want to get fat. So when we go out, she always say, "Oh no, I can go because if I see food, I can eat it, and if I eat it, the food, I get fat. I will be feeling bad." So it was a very hard time for her. But now I think that she's growing up more. She's an adult, a young woman. And for me, in my experience, for me, it was, oh my God, one moment, please.
Yeah, don't worry, we wait.
Okay, I can continue. In my experience, it was also in the high school, but it was not a big deal. Um, I have I don't how to say. Oh well, I forget. In the high school, it was like a problem because you always see partners with good bodies of year they are good looking, so you always try to comparing yourself with the other people. So in my experience, I always have the how do I say mania or oh my god, I forget what I want to say.
I'm not sure. Fabian, do
Mm,
you know? Maybe?
Habit, habito? No, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It could be habit, yes.
yes. So I looking in social media photos of good girls, and I always say, "Oh God, why I don't have her body? Because why maybe if I exercise, because why I don't get her body?" So it was awful thought, but in this moment I think that if you have this body you have to accept it. If you don't have the body that the other girl had, well, it's her body, it's not mine. My body is like this and I have to accept it. So I think that always compare with other people. But habit, always try to compare it with other people. You have to accept in yourself, and if you don't have the body that you want, you have to accept it. with your parents, you have to work. That's what I think, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Laura. You guys, had you ever watched on TV these programs about these really, really obese people that they weigh like I don't know, like 1,000,000 pounds, but at the beginning they were normal. They have a really a normal size or normal weight. Why do you think that this? Why do you think that these people get so much fat? What do you think that that happened? Why these people that were normal, they have a really normal condition of her weight of their weight, and they become in a really huge and fat person? Why? What do you think there are the reasons?
Okay, I think that maybe they had problems, maybe with economical problems, familiar problems, and these people try to feeling good eating. I think that it's one of the main causes. When you have a problem, you try to get yourself better eating, feeling good when you taste the food. Uh, I think that these persons maybe have also a eating disorder because they don't know where is the good food that keeps you in the good shape. So I think that it's more in these programs it's American people. I think the American people don't know how to eat good. They always eat fast food, always eat food with high per percent of calories, grace, and sugar in the sugar levels. And I think that the people try to find the happiness in food. And when you find happiness in bad food, you like these people fat with a lot of sickness, they don't feeling good, they feeling sad, they have mental disorders and physical problems. That's it, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Laura. Fabian?
Yes, teacher, I agree with Laura that in United States, for example, they people used to eat a lot of junk food because that food is full of sugar, and I have known that sugar creates a sensation of endorphin in the brain, and people feel very excited and happy tasting that kind of food like bread or cakes and hamburgers because the the feeding industry in the United States, they used to put a lot of sugar in any kind of food, you know, in any kind of product to create that obsession with their products, and also because they don't have the culture of eating healthy food or natural food because they always find the food in the supermarkets, but they don't have the approach to be in the farm or in different places where people work with the or live in the natural environment. No, for example, um, I don't know how to say, but for example, in here in Colombia, that we have people from Boyacá that They they are people of the what is the word? I don't know. The of the farm or the field that they live. Uh,
Yeah, like in rural places, something like that, maybe.
yes, in rural places, um, taking the harvest of that
Uh-huh.
food. So that is not the culture in United States or in Europe because they have everything into the into the cities and into the system, no? And
Mm-hmm.
and that is a habit that they develop since they are very child, the young ages, because that becomes a norm and a culture to keep eating a lot of not natural but um, artificial products all the time, and maybe that is one of the reasons they are very obese. They are very obese, not only men but a lot of women, and when they realize that they have these pounds and a lot of fat, that is very late because they have to pass for surgeries, and obviously they are not going to look good as before because they have forced their bodies to handle all this kind of all this fat and all this sugar into their bodies, and that is very difficult to be in shape again, no, because and also your internal organs, um, they expand, no, when you are eating too much, and then they have to be involved into another kind of surgeries like the bypass or something to cut their stomach and other parts of the internal organs in order to get that normal size of the body, and that is very difficult. And we are also seeing this in our countries, no, because we are adapting that culture as the culture of the first world countries, and we are seeing or watching all this problem into these countries also. So that is a worldwide problem.
Okay, Fabian, thank you. You guys, both of you, tell me about some of your experience, Fabian, with the gym and the fitness life, and Laura with your food problems, or you want to get a better body, right? So when you were through in these situations, your behaviors change with your families and with your family and friends, or your behavior was the same when you were through these type of situations?
Well, I think yes, or I think it's normal. It's very common with you are around friends because in my experience in this time feel insecure about how I look, and I feel uncomfortable because you think that you are not enough to to be around the people because maybe oh no, I'm not enough pretty, some of these thoughts. And yes, I think it's common, but I think that maybe it's also you in your mm, in your maturity, because maybe if in my experience I was a young woman that don't know really what you want, what you think, that the things that you told are no good for your mental health. And yes, I think it's common, very common when you have this type of problems.
Okay, thank you, Laura. And Fabian.
Yes, teacher, my behavior changed a lot because when when a man is using this kind of products like the steroids or these protein shakes, it contains a lot of roids and it increased the testosterone of the man, and then I was experiencing a lot of angry and I became aggressive because I felt that I had a lot of energy in my body and I was feeling stronger. So I began looking the other guys weak because their bodies look very thin. So I was feeling stronger and superior, and then I began having problems, no, because that was the reaction of my body and my brain that I wanted to fight and to start a fight with men and with women. I was obsessed that the girls they must look fit, no, because I was making a lot of exercise and looking better, and then of my ex-wife, I was giving her a lot of pressure that she has to make exercise and make diet because she was becoming fat. At the beginning, she responded good, but then she was becoming angry because I was giving her a lot of pressure, and we were having a lot of problems because of that. So when I stopped using this kind of drugs or products, then I realized all the all the damage that I have done, that I did. So it is very weird, no? How these kind of products can influence your brain, your behavior, and the way that we see other people, no? Because I know that we as human beings we have to take care of our health and our appearance, but we don't have to obsess too much because we are going to have a lot of problems with ourselves and also with the people that is around us. No? So that is weird. That is strange. How can we change with using this kind of products? No, because our brain is being affected a lot because of that.
Fabian, I don't know so much, or maybe I don't know anything. I think that about this fitness life, but what can you answer me if you know what are these the supplements or these vitamins in flavor that you drink with milk and those stuffs? What what these type of things do to your body and what the steroids do always too. But what is the difference between that supplements and the steroids? Because I have no idea. The steroids, do you inject them and what is it?
Yes, the steroids is uh, we have to inject it directly in our vein or in our any part of our body, for example, the legs or the shoulders, to create the effect. And these steroids are made with animal testosterone, like the bulls,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that generates these chains. No, for example, the good things are the muscles, but the bad things or the bad effects are for example, the man can generate too much body hair, like I don't know, like an animal, a lot of beard and a lot of hair in your arms or in another parts in your body that wasn't never there, that weren't never there. And the other thing is that that was not my case, but in to other men, they lost their hair because too much
Ah, yeah. Oh
the
man.
testosterone the testosterone used to become people bald because I don't know why the testosterone creates that, but that's the reason why this kind of men that are fitness or live with that they used to be bald. And also our the voice changes, also the voice becomes very strong and deep, and the behavior, no. So that is for the steroids. And for the shakes, the protein shakes, it it generates a lot of fat in your body, a lot of fat in different areas in your abdominal area, the stomach, and also it creates some wrinkles in your arms or in the muscles that you are working so hard. It generates some kind of wrinkles or veins with different color, like violet or something. That is so weird. Um, but the main problem with the shake proteins is that it contains a lot of sugar and it generates too much fat in your body. So it's very difficult to eliminate that kind of fat. No, for example, the abdominal is very hard. I still have a little bit of this fat in my abs because of using this kind of products. No, that is not natural. That is made with a lot of with a lot of artificial products put in there. And I they say that these kind of shakes are made with milk, with a kind of protein of the milk, but it also contains a lot of trash into that.
Mm.
So
Oh
yes,
yeah. Thank you, Fabian. I have no idea about that. I saw people big and with their bodies and those stats, but I have no idea that all the like the bad things that all these type of products and make in their males and females body.
yes,
You
because
guys, if
it's
you
artificial.
because what?
It's very artificial. It's not natural. It's artificial. All
Yeah.
this product.
Yeah, but the but people doesn't care that they if they want their bigger shapes and bigger muscles and bigger everything, they don't care if they do bad things to the body if they have a really good appearance.
Yes, it's true.
You guys, if you have a maybe the money for making a surgery, whatever surgery that you want, do you prefer do it as surgery or try to to have the body that you have by doing normal exercise? And why? Why do you choose one of those options?
Well, if I have this opportunity, I think that I will get that money and invest that money in a gym, in a trainer. Why? Because I am afraid of surgeries. See blood, see these videos of how the people get a surgery, wherever surgery, and I think it's for fear because I don't have to have this pain in all my body when I do a surgery. That's what I think. It's more like uh, improve yourself, motivating yourself, and go to the gym every single day to get that body that you want.
Okay, Laura. And Fabian?
Yes, I agree with Laura. It's better to have results by the effort that we put in for example, in the exercise, because this kind of the results are going to there is a noise, so weird, strange.
Don't worry. We
Yes.
wait.
Now we have to choose. If I have to choose, I obviously I'm going to choose to make exercise instead of making surgeries, because surgery is very time intensive.
Something is weird with the sound.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now a little better.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
better.
that I prefer to use the no, I prefer to make exercise because this is going to last always. Now, if you keep continue making exercise frequently, but the surgery is very expensive and dangerous. And for example, if there is a surgery in your face, this is going to the future. For example, if you
The noise is bad.
Yes.
that the surgery is not going to last forever if you don't take good care of that part of your body, and maybe your body is going to reject that implant or something that we put inside. And it's better to make or to invest the money in making exercise and diet instead of making the surgery, I think.
Yeah, I have two of my sisters because I have a lot of sisters. Two of them they make surgery, the liposuction. I don't know what is that. And one of them, she lives near to me, and she asked me to go to take care of her hair, but she couldn't sleep. She was like crying all the nights. She has to use a, I don't know how to say faja, and maybe she did the surgery, for example, yesterday, and she used the that faja the same day. She have to go to some place to do massages, and I don't know why women want to get through all this pain, because I saw her, and I think that that's a stupid thing. Yeah, she has the money and she wants to feel better with her body and with her appearance. But yeah, I also that you guys, in my case, I don't think I never do in the future surgery to change my appearance, or that I prefer doing exercise or something like that. And this last question, maybe Fabian knows a little better, but maybe Laura also have ever seen something like that. But why, for example, Fabian and Laura, these guys that are fitness, I know some guys here in my town. They go to the gym every single day, like all day. They stay there in the gym. And why they have like these huge legs and huge arms that they really seem really like deformed, because their heads are little, but their shoulders and arms are and legs are huge. Why these people doesn't I don't know, they don't look in a mirror and say this body is not really like proportionate. Have you ever think any like this, you guys?
I think that doesn't happen because they are not using the correct products. In this case of the steroids, they are using cheaper products. No,
And
like
those things also do that.
just because the steroids the steroids are very expensive. No, the original, no, the recommended steroids are very expensive, but there are also imitations, so they can access to this kind of cheaper products, and that is because their bodies they have the bad reaction, no. For example, in if they are working to have bigger biceps or bigger arms, they they used to inject too much of this product in their arms, but they are forgetting about the legs or the back or the other parts of the body. They only want to have bigger arms, so they use these bad products, or they inject these bad products only in a specific part of their bodies.
Ah, yeah. And Laura, have you ever seen someone with these stranger bodies? And what do you think about these people?
Yes, I in my life I see this kind of guys because it's almost with the men's. Uh, for my opinion, this is a bad proportions for his bodies. I don't like this kind of guys with muscles bigger, and the legs are super thin, and how you say it, disproportion. Mm, I think that maybe this type of people try to get this type of ideal body prototype. I don't know, because if in the men's, I don't know, I know men, I a woman, they always want to have big arms, a big chest. How is saying pecho, el pecho, chest.
Chest.
I don't know.
Chest.
Chest. Okay, chest. Have the abdominals mark. I don't know how to say. And I think that maybe it's because they feeling good in that way. I don't know why, because maybe they like the way that they look, but I think that maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's as they want to be like because they feeling good in the way that they look. I don't know. I don't have a lot of knowledge about this topic because I'm not a fitness person.
Okay, Laura, thank you. Okay, you
Okay.
guys, that's all for today. And I think our meetings finish next week. I think, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to make I'm going to see my schedule and I let you know, okay, when we finish. So
Okay,
thank
teacher.
you. Tell me,
Yes, I have a question.
tell me.
In the previous speaking sessions, we have an evaluation test. In these sessions, we have an evaluation or something like that.
Yeah, the last meeting.
Yes.
I think I'm going to call one by one and do
Okay.
the evaluation, okay? And I'll let you
Ah,
know when
okay.
where is going to be the final evaluation, okay?
Ah, okay, teacher.
So thank you very much and see you next week on Wednesday.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Bye, Laura. Thank you.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.